Let's get this thing started. That did not smell good. Hey, what's up? Good morning. How are you guys? What's up, John? Sarah, hello. How y'all doing? All right, let's get this thing fine-tuned. There we are. And last one. Okay. This is the morning ritual right here. This is what I have to do before we even begin. Get this all set up and ready to go. There we go. Every day it changes pressure, so you got to get in and adjust it as you're going through. Check it out, see what's happening with it. All right, we're going to cover some of the stuff we did yesterday. The rosebud came out good. I'm actually okay with it. I'll bring it into the side cam. Pretty happy with it. Is he working? Okay. There. So this is the rosebud from last night. I think it came out okay. It's been a while since I made this guy. I don't have my flashlight, damn it. I actually left it in the house, so there we go. You guys are going to have to deal with it without an extra light. So there it is. It came out good. Got to trim the bottom here. Then I thought I would cover the bird that has the mechanical wings as far as using a tool, and I thought I'd show that one. Man, I wish I had a flashlight here. I thought I did, and I have absolutely nothing handy. Nope, no handy flashlight. Sorry. So anyway, there's the bird. You can see the colors are still kind of cool with it. We still have to trim the bottom of that. That's a plant stake. And then this is the same thing, but with the traditional wings that we do, like that. You can see that total difference in the style, but they still work. Let me pop out to normal view for the moment. Put these guys off to the side so they don't get damaged at all. And we can cover some of the marbles from yesterday. And here we go. So this is the marble from yesterday. Man, I wish it. I'm just going to use my phone. The hell with it. Hopefully it'll do enough. Give you guys some coloring. So that's the one from yesterday that had that white base to it. I kind of like it. I think it looks kind of cool. And then we have the one that was the blue-green that I did last night, the simple version that I was showing everybody. That has the traditional cat's eye look to it. Very clean. And then the color I was unfamiliar with. Oh, there we are. Trying to get the light to work on it. There. Yeah, this is good. You know what? I am not happy not having my light. Give me 30 seconds. Let me run in and grab the light. I know exactly where it's at. 30 seconds. I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab the right light. Told you guys it'd be 30 seconds. Here we are. All right. Now I can show you properly what the colors are. Let's do it again. All right, let's go over yesterday's items. So this is the marble. Oop. So you can definitely see a much better contrast in here. Now, I don't know if it has, yeah, there's the UV, the uranium in it. So it has that hidden uranium. This is the other one we did last night. Look how much better it is when you have a light on it. That's just gorgeous. Then this guy. This is what I was saying. Look at that. That color is actually pretty awesome, actually. I'm okay with that. All right. And then the last two are the bird. So we'll bring it out. Now you can definitely see the colors of the wings. This is what I was saying you miss without that light. So in the sunlight, this is the color you get. And then, of course, the rose. But there we are. Now you can see a lot more detail in it. Okay, let's go back to normal view now. So that's what I was saying, they look a lot better. I don't know. It smells like something. All right, I'm going to keep an eye on that. It smells like something's kind of trying to light itself on fire here. Okay, we're going to cut this off. There we go. And this plant stake, we're going to leave it as well. Cut this down. Like that. So then we got the hummingbird plant stake. I don't really do these, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this guy. It's just a normal bird. I'm sorry, I just... Something doesn't smell good as far as... It smells like plastic burning, but I can't find anything. I don't know, we'll keep going and see what happens. In 1 second here. Yeah, I don't know where that's coming from. Weird. I'm sorry for being a little off at the moment, but yeah, definitely something smells off. Like a plastic burning. All right, I'm just going to keep going, and if I shut down, all of a sudden you guys will know why. All right. All right, we're going to let that cool off and go into... I kind of want to get this pig done too. Oh, I know exactly what the hell it is. Never mind. We're all good. So I ended up... remember the wolf that I had up here? In order to keep it on the base, just in case I bump my bench, I put a little silicone glue on it to lock it onto the base, the light base. And I couldn't get it out of the crevices, so I put the wolf in the kiln to burn the glue off. That's what I'm smelling. Thank goodness. No, I figured it out. So I had the wolf kind of locked in on that light base so it wouldn't get knocked over. And now I'm burning the glue off. And now I know why. Now I know what the smell is. Sorry, total. Better to be safe than sorry. All right, let's. I'm going to make this little pig we've been working on for a while. Been trying to get it done. Let's finish this pig up. So we're making the little pig here. I'm doing it out of white. We're going to add some black in here since I got little bits of black available. And the pig I'm doing is for a friend of ours, and she has a pet pig. And it's kind of like a black and white. We're going to kind of blend in that black there. I should probably zoom in on this. Oh, thank God. At least I found out what was smelling. I was getting a little worried for a minute there. I was just about to shut down. So we're going to lock this guy in like that. So I added little black marks on here. We're going to kind of blend them in right now. I don't want them textured. We're going to blend those little marks in there. Actually, I'm going to have to really blend it. This is going to be custom. This is way more work than I thought. This is going to be a little more work than I thought I would be. We're going to actually have to attach this fully. There. So we're building a pig, and the pig is black and white. It's for a friend of ours. She has a pet pig, and she always brings us crab when they go crabbing. So we're making a little pig for her. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing versus what is normal. This is going to be a little bit of detail oriented. So see that little spot right there where I kind of blended it versus a solid color like that. So we're going to blend kind of like fur all the way around. So instead of these little squiggles on there, we're going to blend it all the way around. I'll show you the end result here in a moment. So that's what I'm working on right now. And this is kind of the difference between just standard and like taking your time to actually make it. There we go. It's kind of a cool pig though. I have not really seen like black and white pig before. Till she had one. Okay, we're going to take that, bring it off to the side view. We'll come back into the detail. Now you can see where we kind of blended things in a little. I probably have a little bit more to go. Kind of bring it all the way around, but we're going to get there. Okay, there we go. A tiny bit right there. All right. I should be okay with this now. So now we got it a little more blended in all the way around. The body section. Now I just have to reshape the body a little. So we're going to reattach here, reshape the body. This might be a problem all the way around though. Because the feet are going to have to be done that way. And a little bit of the ears, eyeballs. We're going to have to see. This may be a lot more work than I anticipated. But you guys are along for the ride. Welcome into the morning melt. This is exactly what my life is. Sometimes you take on a challenge like this and it becomes a lot harder than you anticipated. But you just can't say no. Now she's not expecting this, so it's not like it has a timeline. Okay, I think we're okay. Okay, we'll pull off the front. Reshape the nose. And while I'm going to reshape it, I'm going to throw a little black in there. Okay, side view. This is actually looking really good. Sorry, this is a boring probably stream, but hey, it is what it is. So now we got the black running through. Kind of create that little bit of a texture to it. We got to work on a little bit on the head and the nose area. So this is going to be the pig nose. Right now it's not shaped. Let's get that done. Going to add a little bit to it. A little dot there. We're going to grab the white that we've been using. Going to over exaggerate the nose though. There we go. So I always over exaggerate some of the spots on a pig. It's anatomically not correct. But when you're creating an animal or something for a visual effect, sometimes you have to over-exaggerate accents, especially on a small item, in order to get the effect and get your point across. Notice it definitely looks like a pig nose now. Got a big old pig nose there. Now, we don't have the ears or anything on, but we're going to add that in just a second. Okay, we'll come back out here. I'm going to add a little bit of black to the top of the head here because I won't be able to do this later. I definitely won't be able to do this later. This one I have to be really careful with. Okay, we're reshaping the head a little bit. Bring it back over so you guys can see. So now we added a little bit of black to the top of the head. And we got to do the bottom section of the head too. We're trying to blend it all the way around, get black and white all the way in this guy. Now, when you're on a small detail like this, I'm going to show you guys how to get around this. This is a little tutorial here for my glass blowers. So on the bottom, you'll see 3 little dots, okay? We're going to take those dots and blend them. Don't try and squiggle that around. So we're just going to superheat, give it a little tiny push. I don't want to reshape everything. There. Just want to spread color around a little. And a little bit for the jaw area. And there. Okay. Actually starting to come together now. So sorry this has taken a while. But now we're starting to get the black and white for the pig going in. We need a brass tool for the eyeballs. I need to find the right one here. Trying to decide if I want to use this one. Yeah, this will be good. So now we're going to take a little bit of this white, go right on top up here. Going to add the eyeballs in. So I use a little brass tool for this. This is a piece of brass tubing. And it just makes perfect eyeballs. And it leaves a little eyebrow. Oop. Put little dots in there. Bring it up. Shit. Sorry, I forgot I was on side view. So now we got some eyeballs going on with some eyebrows. See how the pig head's starting to take shape? Now we got that going. Like that. And then we're going to come back to frontal view here. So the next step are the ears. This is where it's going to get a little scary because I'm going to have to blend the black and white prior to putting the ears on. So we're going to put this in the kiln for a second. Because that's not going to work otherwise. So we're going to grab this, take a little bit of this white. Probably going to have to do this for the legs too. Now her pig has very pointy ears. It's kind of a, I don't know what kind of pig that is. It's not like traditional where they have the floppy ears. This pig has very pointy ears. Okay, we're going to separate that. Okay, we add a little black to it. So I'm going to show you guys, we're going full into detail here. So we got a little bit of black and white there. We're going to take that and flatten it out a little bit, twist it up. God, I hate working small. I should have made this guy bigger. If I had made this bigger, I'd be having a heck of an easier time. I'd be having a lot easier time. All right, so now we got kind of like this little spiral of black and white. You're going to see how it looks when we form the ears. Okay, here we go. Like I said, he's got very pointy ears. I've never seen like a pig really this way. They're not real big, but they're big enough. We're going to bring it out like that. So that is kind of how he looks. I'll pull up my phone and bring it out. Mama, thank you so much for the heart me. Carla, thank you so much for the greeting heart. But there we are so far. bring it out. Let me see if I can find a photo. Do, 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 do. So I don't know if the camera, well, I could do it from the side view. Probably pick it up better. So there is the coloring of the pig. And then this is in, crap. Hold on one second. I got to edit their name out. Privacy issue, you know? So there, see how it's kind of got those pointy ears like that? Now that's in the snow, so it's not showing up the same, but that is the same pig, just in different lighting. So that's all the coloring. Hey, Della, hold on one second. Hold on, guys. Hold on a second. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Just a temporary emergency up at the front door. Sorry about that. What did I do with my glasses? Oh, crap. There they are. So sorry about that. It was a temporary emergency. Okay, we're back. Okay, so yeah, let's get back to the pig. Let's bring this guy out. I'll bring it out in a second, but I did want to show for those of you that are new that always ask about the morning stuff. We're going to bring out some of the stuff we did last night. So we got the little bird here. This is the one that I did with the tools. And type in the comments whether you like this wing. Okay, this is the wing that has a tool. So we made it with a leaf maker, actually. So that's the hummingbird with the leaf maker tool. And then the other version is my traditional version, which is this guy here. Like that. So this is my handcrafted wing, hand sculpted. I wish I could hold it a little better. There. So that is hand formed versus the other style. And the mystery color from last night, this came out freaking awesome. I love that color. This is actually a pretty marble by itself. Has this really cool little mini spiral on the inside. Got fingerprints all over it, but hey, look at that little green in there. The torch is a Glass Torch Technologies, and it is called the Kabuki. Then we got this guy. I think this came out really good. And then we got the surprise of uranium. This is the uranium, hidden uranium in it to that. And then, this is that blue-green color I was telling you guys about. I told you this color is gorgeous. And this is the simple marble we made last night. I told everybody how to do this. Taught you guys a little bit of how to make this. Probably went too far into depth, but that is the color that we were talking about last night. Simple, traditional style marble. Nothing exotic about it. And then we did the rosebud instead of the full-blown rose. We did the little bud here. And this is where I keep telling people how to do things. So there is the 3D version of a petal, and then there's the one carved in. So when you do these, you want to have 3 petals that are 3D, in other words, laid on, and then 1 petal next to it that's carved in. Like that. Okay, enough of that stuff. Let's get back to the pig. There we go. Okay. The one that you like, the bird with the hand stitching? Time tunnel vortex? Yeah, it kind of looks like that a little. Yeah, I like the hand form too. I think it gives it more character. And it definitely has a little bit of that feathery look. There is a way I could do it a little more intense, but it would take like 3 times the amount of time to do it. And the cost difference between making it that way and selling a hummingbird with my standard way, it would triple the cost. So I try not to, I don't want to increase the price by a tremendous amount. Okay, let's make the pig feet. So we're going to make the little feet for the pigs. And here we go. Going to need lots of this glass. Because we're going to have to add the black and white on here. And here we go. Wow. Need to really heat up enough of this. I gotta fix my pedals. So I run my torch by foot pedal, and the pedals are too close to each other. And when you got like a size 13 shoe, you keep hitting both pedals at once. I have to like separate it. Okay, that should give me enough. Gonna add the black in here and spiral it around a little. All right, so what I did is I brought the black in, we pulled it in, just 2 swipes down the side, and then we'll mix it up from there. We're going to blend it. And then when I go to put it on the feet, for the feet and legs, it'll look a lot better. But right now we're just going to spin it in one direction, just kind of back and forth a little. I just want to make it as uneven as possible. So it doesn't look like straight lines in there. And here we go. So I'll bring it back down to side view. Now you can see we blended it in a little bit. Nothing super even, just random chaos in there. And as I start to put the legs on the pig, they will also start to blend too. It'll blend it up a little more. So we're going to bring the flame down a little. So this is a little pig we're making for a neighbor who constantly brings us fresh crab all the time. Like they go crabbing and they always get more than they need. So they always offer us crab. And she has a pet pig, her and her husband. So we thought, hey, let's make her a little pet pig out of glass to say thank you. Here we go. No, I don't do any terp pearls. There are a few people out there that are really good at it, and if you need help finding someone, I'll let you know. You can let me know. Okay, so we got front legs on, got the black and white. Bring it down. Yeah, there's a few people out there making really good versions of that. I'm just not one of them that wants to do it. And they're already good at it, so let them have that market. I was going to make this a flying pig, but I think I'm going to leave it alone. Kind of like it as is. I think making it a flying pig would kind of ruin it. All right, we're going to bring it back, side view. So now we're starting to get that little piggy look to it. I'll show you the actual photos of the pig. And we're going to heat it up so it sits properly. Let's go to front view. Sorry. Bring it out this way. Okay, since I don't really have to mess with it too much, I got to pull the tail part a little bit better. Put a temporary hold right there. So I got to work the back end of this just a little bit. Give it a little piggy tail. About like that. Bring in the side view. There we are. So now we got just a little piggy. Bring it back to the front. Break that off and smooth out that nose. Okay, and the last part I'm going to do here is because this is the last portion of it, we're going to give the pig nostrils some actual nostrils here. So we're going to heat up the front of the nose. And push in the pig nostrils, like that. It's going to be hard to see, but camera. See, we got the little nostrils in there. Man, it's hard to work the camera. There we go. So yeah, just a little pig. I'll show you the actual photos. Let me bring it out here. We're going to have to do it from the side view. So there he is a little bit there, eating a pumpkin we gave him. And this view doesn't show it exactly. The color looks off. I think the camera was off, but you can see the little piggy ears there. So anyway, that is the pig we made. I think it came out neat. Mr. Dog Kira. Yeah, dogs are amazing. Now, I've never had a pet pig, but she's shared reels of the pet pig. And I think it's kind of cool. The pig is like got almost like a dog personality. Thank you, Janae. How are you doing? All right, let's get this. We're going to take all the random little bits here and let's turn it to a quick marble. I don't want it to go to waste. We're going to do a quick marble. In fact, we got a whole bunch of glass here to use. No, yeah, message me on TikTok about pearls if you are interested. Or you can just go to, she's on TikTok. Her name is Athena Glass. You don't even have to message me. Just message Athena. Look up Athena Glass. She makes miniature terp pearl stuff all the time. Pigs are smart? Yeah, that's what I heard. I mean, I know they are to a point, but like her pig acts like a dog. Yep, Athena Glass. Yeah, she's on live mostly at night though, like midnight my time. I don't know if she's a vampire or not, but she's always on at night. All right, so we're going to make a little bit of a marble here. This is going to be an early morning, end of the day marble. So a lot of times I take what's called end of the day. So little glass bits laying around, and I turn them into marbles, like random pattern, colors, style. Unfortunately, it's morning, so we can't call it end of the day. I'm going to take this little black here. We're just going to throw it together and see what the heck we get. You guys up for the adventure? I hope so. Let's pull this out a little bit. There we go. Yeah, let's do an adventure here. Let's have some fun. So this white was specifically made for that pig. So since we're done with the pig, I'm going to use the whole thing up. So it's going to be a little bit of a big marble. Although I guess I could save it for something else. Yeah, I'm not going to use the whole thing up. I'm going to leave a little bit. That's a lot to just use up in a marble. Use a little bit of it. That's a good chunk of glass I can pull down. I could probably make a hummingbird out of that. I'm going to park that off to the side. But I do have some random colors here. We got a little yellow we're going to throw in. Actually, I'll throw that in later. Throw this a little bit more black in here. And then we got a little bit of this blue on here. Okay. Sorry, I'm searching for little bits now. Little tiny chunks of color floating around that we need to randomly use. And I'm not seeing a whole lot, although this one is got a little shimmer green here. Gonna park that on there. Throw a little white on top of that, up to that point. Okay. And a little yellow. This is totally, like I said, this will be total chaos right now. I have no idea what we're going to get. So I'm going to bring out the side view and show you guys kind of what it looks like before we even begin. So we got a little bit of yellow to the front, some white, some green, some blacks, some blues, all this little color mixed in here. Okay, there are like 4 or 5 colors bouncing through all that hot spot right there. Now, in order to make this look good, we're going to take some clear and encase it. There we go. And we're off. So we're going to make that kind of traditional spiral style. It's going to look really good. Ordering a pink and cobalt blue hummingbird in a little bit. Awesome. Yeah, that's a good combo, to be honest. Yeah, pink and cobalt look good. As long as you're doing cobalt body and pink wings. The other way, not so much. I know, all thrusters on full. There's no kidding. Okay, here we go. Go. So I'm going to use up all the little chunky stuff over here. We're going to turn the flame down because this rod will get a little melty as we get close to the end. And here we go, we're melting in. Right there. Cut that off. So we're going to zoom in a little bit. Bring it right in. We're going to show you the filter. So my glasses have what's called the didymium filter on it, and they filter out certain light spectrums. And that's what this does right there. So now you can see how I see the world a little bit like that. And there we go. All right, so we got enough glass on here. Just got to get it a little bit more narrow here. So there's a little tiny ring of glass right in the center there. Okay, that's all the color. I know it's super bright right now, so it's hard to see, but there's a bunch of clear on one end and color in the middle. It's like a little stripe of color running all the way through it. So here we go. We're going to take it and separate it there. Come over here and separate it again. Okay, got that. Let's remove this little bit here. So this is the tricky part. Oh, let me melt that down a little bit. Rid of that little bump. Just had to flatten it out a little. Get rid of that bump. And there we are. Okay, we're going to grip it from the side. Like that. Pop it off. So we're left with that. Okay, you can see the colors a little bit in there. A little bit of stripes. Some funkiness going on in there. Then we come off to the side and reattach another spot right directly opposite of it. Right there. So the focus now is going to be heating right in the center core all the way around this. Nowhere else. We're going to turn the flame down. Just sharpen it up a little. So we're only heating directly in the center of this little, I don't know, it looks more like an Oreo cookie or a moon pie than a round orb. You can kind of see the core where I'm heating right in those spots. Okay, we're going to bring it down. And this is the part that's going to be a little different. We have to actually stretch it out. So we're going to pull it a little bit and elongate this. I always think it looks like a dragon's eye. Like if you were to look at a dragon and see the eye. Although, yeah. What I imagine a dragon would look like. I just call it the dragon eye. So we'll do that in front of the camera. Here we go. So we're going to slowly pull, and it's a very slow process. Just pull, pull, pull. You can see it elongating right now. Got to heat it up a little more. Bring it back up, and we're going to do it again, just a tiny bit. Like that. Now you can see we pulled it down and it's a little longer right there. Right now I'm just making a marble. This is like I picked up a lot of little bits of color on my bench and we threw it into a marble. Okay, now we have that all set up. Now when we push it back together, it's going to start a spiral and create that traditional little marble looking spiral on there. And this is just pushing it back together. You naturally get this little spiral look. Like that. So now we got all the color twisted in there. We're going to cut it off. Like that. Pull this little tiny bit off right here. Like that. And we have a beautiful little corkscrew starting on here. Okay, side view. You're definitely going to see it on the side. You can almost see the corkscrew right there while it's in the flame, but when we bring it out, you'll see it kind of floating in there. And then we got the clear running through, so we got clear as we're spiraling all the way through. Has that kind of traditional spiral look. If you are looking between furnace and torch, I would always recommend torch if you're doing it by yourself. Furnace work requires a lot of extra help. Yeah, furnace work will definitely require extra help. Do I make a lot of my own tools? Yeah, sometimes making your own tool is required. Yeah, it is. What's up, J-Dub? Yeah, let's say there's a project I have and there's no tool for it. Yeah, you have to make your own. I mean, this is a prominent industry in some respects, but there's not a lot of people doing this relative to like a machinist. You know, there's very few and far between compared to most other professions. Uncle Scooby. Oh, thank you so much for letting me know that. And thank you for the super chat there. Thank you for letting me know that it came out beautiful and she likes it. And here we go. So now we use these graphite tools to help shape the marbles. Oh, how about I do the larger view? I got you. I'm dyslexic, so I fully understand. I fully understand that chat. So what would that turn into? Just a basic paperweight marble. Doesn't have to be necessarily anything other than something cool to look at. Something to put on your desk or around your house. Also works good if you have to, if you're one of the people, remote workers that has to, not even remote work, but if you're someone that has to look like you're working all the time, and so you hold a little button on there to make sure your keys are depressed like you're working. This works really good for that. It's a good keyboard buddy. Set this on your keyboard. It's heavy enough to keep the key depressed, and it makes it look like you're typing along. And there we go. So we got half a marble done. It's looking fantastic. So actually, yeah, it looks good. Bring it out to the side so y'all can kind of see here. Let's see if the flashlight will kind of help illuminate it a little. There we go. So you can see there's like several different colors bouncing through there. Unfortunately, without the light, you can't see it. There are like 7 different colors probably bouncing through. And as they cool off, they'll get even brighter. But there we go so far. I don't know what you're from. Okay, and we need to do the other side now. So we have to do what's called a punty or a pontile. I'm going to pull this little bit off the end here. If there's a little tiny bit of strap or something, dust, that gets picked up on these rods when I set them down, when I go to use them again, sometimes I'll clean the ends off. So you don't want that getting stuck into your main object. Okay, and then we're going to separate all this and create the marble into its total round form. So we're going to bring it out. And here we go. I don't know why today is, you ever have one of those days where just everything is happening all at once? Today is that day, and it's okay. We'll handle it. Purchase supplies wherever, whoever has it on sale. So there are several vendors you can go to, and I just go to whoever has what I need on sale at the time. I am not going to overpay just because one vendor is better than the other in some respects. So I just look for who has the item I need on sale, and that's where I buy it. You work with RC vehicles? Yeah. Yeah, RC vehicles are a lot of fun. Like I said, I had a little buggy from back in the day. Tamiya Frog, that was it. The Tamiya Frog, I love that thing. It was so freaking cool. That was a fun time having those little RC buggies. I thought about buying one just to have it. Okay, so we're just getting this back into its form. It's remelted in. And we're just looking to get it round. And mostly I'm letting gravity do 90% of the work. You don't really have to force glass. It should flow. Glass is designed to flow, move, be fluid. And if you're having to muscle it or push it really hard, you're not doing it right. It is designed to flow, not be forced. And that's pretty much a lesson that I always teach when I have people that I do actually show stuff to. I always tell them, if you're having to force it, you're not doing it right. Get it hotter. Get it hotter, baby. Get it hotter. And there we are. So I'm going to bring out the light. This will probably show a really cool color, I think. I don't know. So now you can see the colors kind of bouncing through. But this is the traditional style marble that you see all the time. Not all the time, but has that really nice corkscrew through it. Now it's a giant version of the traditional marbles, but hey, it is what it is. You can see a little bit of shimmer. I can't get too close or it's going to melt the camera. There. Yeah, too close. Does it ever drip? No. How much is this marble? I don't know. I don't know how much I would even charge. I think it'd be like $35 or something. I don't know. Stephanie does all that pricing. Let me bring this in a little bit. It's not super big, so probably about 35. We're going to grip it there. And this tool is made by Dragonfly. She is Dragonfly Creation. She makes amazing tools. Her and her husband. It's one of my favorite tools that I use. All right, let's see if we can pull it off to the side view. I'm not worried about this one cracking. It's completely stable. Yeah, this is not one of those ones, but you can see all the colors kind of bouncing through now. There we go. We got a little shimmer in the bottom. It's just a pretty little marble. I can't hold it in too many different directions, but the colors are going to get better. And we're going to bring it in. And I got a little dangly thing. I keep thinking there's a bug falling, but it's my sweater. Okay, I need a few minutes. I need to reset my live. I think I need to reset my router because the streaming looks like it's having a little bit of an issue. Give me 10 minutes to reset my router. I think we're buffering a little. So give me 10 minutes. Let me reset the router and